What's going on, guys? My name is Nick and welcome to Olsen Auto. This is going to be another vlog style video. I figure every Saturday I'm going to film a vlog style video and a tutorial. It gives me 2 videos to publish for the week, and then maybe Sunday, if you guys are lucky, I'll record an extra video. So if you notice, the Prelude is back. So we found a wiring issue on one of the bus bar connectors under the dash. I'm not sure if the door's locked. You can see the ECU sitting on the floor, guys. It's still apart. I'm going to take it for one more test rip before I go ahead and put it back together, make sure it's how I like it. Still throwing a speed sensor code, but one of the connectors was super corroded under the dash. TPS code is gone. Again, I have to double check that. Move all these vehicles, if you saw in the last video. My 2 newest purchases. Anywho, I want to take this for a rip, and then there's more. There's always more. Then we're gonna be taking this babe for a ride, guys. The bobber, the 1983 Honda Shadow VT500, all of course custom bobbed by yours truly. She's dusty, hasn't been ridden in a long time. I feel bad, but the clutch has been adjusted. I've been having clutch issues for a while, so hopefully this thing's fixed and runs a little bit better. Don't know that I'll film any of that, but I will get a cold start for you guys. I wouldn't let you down like that. If it'll cold start, I hope it cold start. Please start. And then also in this video, guys, we have the CBR600 F2, my third, or technically my first. Those 2 are my second and third CBR600Fs. This is my 1994 CBR600 F2 project bike. Got a whole bunch of parts, time and money into this bad girl, and fixed up the carbs. There was some grimy choke plungers in there, and I did take it for a ride last weekend. However, we had the problem where it would run, it would shift, but it wouldn't rev past 5,000 RPMs when moving. So not revving past 5,000 RPMs is a pretty big problem when your red line's 13K. So I'm gonna take this for a test ride. I got 3 test rides in me. Then I'm gonna stop for lunch. Would be nice because I haven't eaten anything yet. But then hopefully fix this. I accidentally oversprayed some brake clean on the taillight and on the gauge cluster up here. See those little white speckles? If you guys have a trick to getting brake clean off of that, or is that the paint faded, please guys let me know. So this is going for a test ride. We're going to test ride that, test ride the Prelude. We're also going to try and turn over that new CBR600 I picked up in the last video. If you guys didn't see my last video, this is a CBR600 F3 with a nice custom cruise control and well, a hole in the block. I see internals. I don't want to see internals. Anywho, this is an F2. This is my soon-to-be track bike project. I'm very excited to start this. It has a ton of potential. Big brake kit, Fox shocks, the whole 9 yards. So I'm pretty stoked for this. I'm gonna try to see if it turns over since it's been sitting with the carbs wide open for the past who knows how long. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna hook up the battery from this bike. Gonna get some things rigged up. I obviously gotta connect this switch and whatnot. But once that's all hooked up, I'm gonna see if it turns over. I do need to get the ignition plugged in as well. I have a new ignition for it. And the new ignition obviously has a key. Once I get that all set, guys, hopefully we'll be able to hear the motor turn over. If the motor's stuck, we're obviously gonna go inside. I'm gonna try to fix it. If it's not stuck, I might go inside depending on how well I can make it run. We'll see from here, but this bike does have 38,000 miles, so who really knows what we're looking at here. Alright, but without further ado, let's move the DRZ, let's move the Accord, and let's take the Prelude for a ride. Alright, the 01 DRZ 400S, not cold start. I gotta flip the gas on. Single cylinder 400 just hits different. Sorry about your lawn. The DRZ is just too much torque. Way too much torque. Yeah, definitely accidentally slipped the clutch. Anyway, cold start, 2005 Accord Coupe, intake, catback exhaust. Let's get it. Alright, the 1990 Honda Prelude with the B21. I haven't been in this girl in a while. The smell, man. Oh yeah, then there's that. Here goes a cold start. Look at the lack of check engine light. Let's go! The Prelude wasn't too bad. Still has a few minor little kinks. Want to fix the speed sensor. Gotta adjust the timing. For some reason, it runs better out of time than when it's in time. So we're thinking it's still in some sort of limp mode, or there's still some bad wiring. It would make sense. If one wire's bad, there's got to be more than one. So yeah, gonna keep working on that until it's perfect. But got the bobber key. We're gonna see if she starts and see if the clutch adjustment helped. Shocker, the bobber's dead, but we can try and start the new and improved CBR600 F2. Oh, also, this bike died on the side of the road and left me stranded for probably an hour. So that's cool, I guess. Alright, so this is the old ignition. Obviously no key for it. New ignition with 2 keys. Plug it right into there and see what happens. I guess I got a battery I gotta hook up, but that's about it. See if the lights work. That'd be cool. This is not the right ignition for this bike. It's not a big deal. I know I can get an ignition for probably 15 bucks. Or just call a locksmith, pay the 20 bucks and get a key made. So we're gonna figure that out. Not today though. I have a problem. So I lined up the DRZ, the VT, the CBR, and the CBR. Wow, that's sad. So I took this bike for a test ride. It ran pretty good. It revved up to about 8 grand under load, and then it started breaking up again. We're gonna throw some new jets or different jets in the carb. Try it again. We're taking it all back apart. And then again, I had these 2 out, so I figured I'd line up the whole posse. I have a serious problem. All right, so the carbs are rejetted. 1 or 2 of them was actually clogged, of all things, which is really weird, but all new jets, it's all perfect, theoretically. Should work. So we're gonna take it for a test ride, finish bolting the tank and seat back on. Someone's supposed to be here to buy that go-kart and engine from my last video, so hopefully they show up. We're gonna take the CBR for a test ride, and if it works good enough, I'll pop the GoPro on the helmet and show you guys that, because there's no point in showing you a bike that breaks up at 8,000 RPMs. Alright, so with the CBR600 F2 test ride having concluded, and I just sold that go-kart, which is awesome. Finally have a little bit more space for some of these bikes I've been buying. The F2, not the one I just bought, the other one, not that one, the other one, the one that runs, the one that had the gas leak, it rips. It is super fast. It'll do 5 to 60 in about 2 seconds, which is kind of ridiculous for something that's street legal that just about anyone can hop on and ride legally. But it's fast, and I cannot wait to fully dial it in. Go replace your head gasket elsewhere. So, what's left with it, it still breaks up a tiny bit. My current theory is I over-oiled the air filter, and basically I'm just gonna take out the air filter and let it get totally dry. Hopefully that'll fix the breakup. I'm thinking that the carb is sucking in a bit of the oil, which, whatever, extra oil, oh no, but hopefully fix that up. Hopefully that'll take any breakup that's left. Another little thing I did was I oiled this up with some WD-40, so this opens and closes much better. Stole this little cap, just a bunch of stupid little stuff. But if I go to start it right now, starts right up, idle's mint. I can still mess with the idle a little bit if I want, but I think that sounds pretty decent. Alright, so the plan with these 2 bikes, it's a very rough plan as it sits. Doing a little bit of research, the F3 motor is way better. Like, way better. Higher compression, lighter internals, more horsepower. Basically, it's way better. But, as you guys know, there's a hole in the block right down there. So, what we're thinking, buy a long block on eBay, swap over the head, rebuild it obviously, do everything we can, and stuff it in this frame, which already has the F3 front end with the big brake kit, already has an $800 Fox shock setup, which a rebuild kit for this rear shock is 30 bucks, so I'm gonna grab that because it leaks a little bit down there. But that setup is for a Gixxer 600. It's about $800 for this little canister and the shock alone, so that's an awesome deal. I'm gonna be robbing some parts from this, like the side case, the stator cover, and I'm putting it on my bike so mine doesn't look so murdered out and gross. Taking a bunch of little pieces off this bike, putting it on that, because that F2 is going to be perfect before the track bike is perfect. What I wanted to do was turn it over tonight here, move maybe, but there's no key for the bike and the ignition is wrong, so that kind of sucks. I might be able to jerry rig something up where I swap over connectors as long as the wires line up somewhat similar. Haven't thought that through yet. I'm probably just gonna bring the ignition down somewhere and get the key sorted, have them make a new key for it. But I'm thinking an F3 motor is not a bad idea in this. If we're going for a track bike, obviously we want power and speed, and the F3 produces that, unlike the F2 does. I mean, obviously the F2 is still crazy fast, but we want to go a bit crazier. So that's currently kind of an idea for the CBR600 track bike build. If you guys have any questions, or if you guys have any ideas and you think it's a bad idea, good idea, you support it, you hate it, tell me why in the comments. I want to see what you guys think. If you've done anything similar with a track bike yourself, be sure to let me know, because I really don't know what I want for a track. Should I start with less horsepower, or should I start with more and just learn to tame it? Because it's really not much more. It's no more than 10 or 15 more horsepower. Granted, that's a lot on a 400-pound bike. I don't think it would put me on my ass because of how fast it is. But comment down below, let me know what you guys think. So that's going to wrap up this video, guys. It's awesome to have the Prelude back, the CBR600 F2 back, 2 new bikes in the driveway, And today I actually became an Eagle Scout, which is pretty awesome. That was just a little cherry on top that happened this morning, so that's awesome too. I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you want to see more bikes, more bike content, be sure to comment down below. I really like making bike content. Car content's awesome, fun to make, but bikes are easier because they're cheaper. I can work on them in the garage over the winter, whereas cars, you ever do coilovers in the snow? I have. Not fun. But like I said, guys, thank you for watching this video. Be sure to drop a like and a comment, and I'll see you in the next one.